Hey guys, this is part 2 of how to make Spongebob counters. The last video I pretty much showed you how to make your own design type, and now this is how you make Spongebob counters. So you go on your iPad, and I have an app called Notability. I suggest you get it. And from this app, I went onto Google Images and I copied a bunch of these Spongebob photos. Just type in Spongebob rim and it'll come up with these. Just find one that's flat. You don't want it to be three-dimensional or else it's a lot harder to make. And so you find one that's flat and you just put a bunch on and you print it out. So SpongeBob rims, it's not actually SpongeBob, it's actually Patrick from SpongeBob. And so I already have a bunch printed out right there, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So pretty much what this time what we're going to make it out of is a sheet of cardboard. I've got this, it's from one of those filing folder things, and so it's very useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I cut it up, I already made a couple over here. And so what you're going to need this time is only scissors and glue. So what you're going to do is, I've got these little flaps here, I'm just going to cut them off. Okay, I've got a little flap down here. And so this is really it. I just thought of an idea. Every week I'm gonna start doing dares, okay? So, well, not exactly dares, it's just simple things, and you just tell me what you get. So this week I'm saying try and play the game Impossible Road. It's on iOS App Store and I think the Android store too. Try play that game whilst looking into a mirror, and tell me your high score in the comments below, and the next week we'll announce the winner for the best player. So we're gonna do it this time. This time, instead of going onto the cardboard, we're going to the paper, because yeah, it's just the type of surface. The paper's rough, and it doesn't really matter. I've got cheap glue because my expensive glue it's running out. So as long as it sticks, it works. So you don't really need to get the edges. Just get this central part. You should see through because it's color. Even with mono, you should be able to see through. So you just keep on doing that and get the whole thing. Oops, I'm kind of ruining the sheet here. Just make sure you get all the edges of the insides rectangle, and once you have that, just glue it on like that. There, you see, it's glued on, not coming off. Now if you have those little flaps, then I'm going to use my more expensive glue that's been ruined from doing things like this. That's perfect, that's fine. Okay, it's all fine. And so whilst I'm doing this, I just want to ask, please like and subscribe to my videos. Yeah, if you do, I'll be able to make a bunch more of these videos, come up with new ideas every week. And I'll be able to have the money, except right now I don't. So what you do, kind of fold that in, make it easy to cut. So basically the first trim, just trim along there. And don't worry, the cardboard that you trim off won't be wasted. I'll tell you how to recycle them later. In another video though. Or if you really don't want to waste anything at all, then you can trim out the pictures first. That way you only have the pictures, and so you won't be wasting any cardboard. Okay, so with that, this outside bit should barely be stuck on, so you can just rip that off right there and throw it away. Well, paper doesn't really matter, it's much more of a cheaper material. But the cardboard does, so yeah. Right now I have a bunch of these. What I'm going to do is, oops, just cut them out into rows and single figures. I'm going to be showing you how to do one of them in this video to make it faster for you guys. So just cut them out into singles. Doesn't matter what size you make them, I suggest you make them the normal size that it comes on, or whatever size you like. So for these, oops, I started again. You will see that after this silver bit, if you look on top, there's a darker bit. That's a tire. That's where you want to cut past that, so you still have that little bit of a contrast. So that's what I'm doing right now. You just cut on the outside bit. I know it's a bit hard to tell, but if you ruin it, you can then trace and cut off the inside bit. So this is where you have to be really careful to not mess up. And if you want perfection, then you cannot do anything wrong. Yep. So just be very careful with it. I'm gonna hold up the camera. You can see that once I finish cutting the one bit, that it's got that contrast. You can see you've got that colored in circle ring, then you have the silver ring, which makes it that little bit better looking. Yep, so I've tried for perfection right there. You can see you've got the color contrast. It's a very good idea. Now if you really want to, grab a Sharpie, do a little bit on it. So what I can do, because of Patrick, how the way he looks, he's pretty much almost like a star, right, in this. So also are these little bolts. If you see the dots there, if you see the dots on them, they're bolts to fasten the wheel onto the car. So what you want to do, or if you want to, I'm just going to just do a little bit of a design. A little Patrick. So you can't really see much, but oh well. And also behind that you have the brake discs. Brake. That little bit right there. Can you see it? So pretty much what I'm going to do, because it does go down a little bit, I'm just going to trace that out with the Sharpie. Being very careful not to muck up. You can't really see it, but oh well. Now, if you want to go that one step further, what you can do is trace it out. So, I'm not tracing it out because I can see, but if you want to, you can just cut to that inside bit and make Patrick into like a star. Then put a little, stick a little magnet onto the back of this and put it on your fridge. So you see Patrick coming out right there. Pretty well. I'm just gonna trim this like this. So you see this bit, you have that Patrick coming out pretty well. This bit, I gotta cut it off. Just gonna be very careful. Yep, got it, bingo. Now you don't want to really rip it, because it might mess it up, but who cares, YOLO, right? Same with this side. Or if you can't be bothered to get these small ones, just cut them off. People will never be able to tell the difference. Then it looks like Patrick's on a turntable. For me, I use these as Bushido counters for Yu-Gi-Oh! If anyone has heard of that game. I take interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! And... oh no, I cut a bit off. Forgot about it. Oh well, I guess I just cut it all off. Yu-Gi-Oh! I will be making a few videos on that every now and then. But besides that, I'll be making DIY videos and all that. As you guys know, I love my DIY. So there you have a Star Patrick. And pretty much you stick a little magnet on the back there. If I can find one. I'll just get it for you guys. I found a little magnet here. So pretty much what you do. This used to be stuck on that cardboard. So it's got that little bit, so really I can just glue it on. It's got that little bit of a rough surface to it. And just glue it on. You can make Patricks like this of any size that you wish. I will be making a giant one sooner or later for you guys, just to show you. And so I'm gonna now, because I've put the magnet, I'm gonna use the back of my scissors to kind of hammer it into place, try and make it not move. And last bit, if you aren't really sure that it's gonna stick, which I'm not right now, get a bit of this tape. Cut a thin strip so it's longer this way rather than that way. Just cut a thin strip, it'll be perfect. Because you don't want to cover up the whole magnet, even though it should be able to magnetize through. And just put it through the arms like that. And there you are. To demonstrate, I've got this right here. There's a stick Patrick on there. There you have it. There's